Hey guys, welcome to Traditional Bow Hunting and Wilderness Podcast. This is Jason Samkovic. Today we're going to talk about something I mentioned in a different video. I did a video recently about most important things about your arrows as a traditional bow hunter or something, and I can't remember what I called it, but it started out as an arrow video and then it turned into a few other things, and some of that stuff I wanted to highlight a little more on. One of them is about canting my bow. Okay, I get a lot of grief from people sometimes on how I shoot my bow. They think that it's wrong, or they think that it's not the way it should be, or that I'm not getting the most out of my draw length. There are all these different variables that people say, and it makes no sense to me. I've been doing this for a very long time, and there's a reason that I shoot the way I do. But for example, like when I cant my bow on here, when I'm shooting, a lot of people shoot today in a very straight up and down manner, like this, okay? They shoot like this. I, on the other hand, cant my bow, and I drop my body position down. And there's a reason that I do this, but when I shoot, most people today, it looks much more like this when they're shooting. They're like this. They're straight up and down. They take their bow like this. They do this kind of a draw thing like this, okay? And that's how people are shooting, and they get full extension, and they do that. I don't shoot that way, all right? First thing I do is I bend my knees and I crouch down, okay? So I'm going to crouch in like this is what my first step is. My bow is at my side in this position all the time, okay? This is how it is. Then I start my draw from here, okay? I don't come from here like this, then start it out here with my bow extended out like this. Sorry, I'm on a tree stand for purposes here, you'll see in a minute, but I don't start here and then draw my bow back to me with just a bow arm. Mine is a push and pull and swing method at the same time, okay? So as I start out, I'm down here. As I draw that bow, I start from here, my elbow is bent, and as I start my draw, I am pushing the bow out and I am drawing it back so that it looks something like this. So there is nothing about being higher and coming down. There is nothing about my back straight, square to the target. There's none of that. I'm very opened up. I keep this open position and I draw. Now, will I lose shooting or draw length? Yes, because if I'm standing here and I draw straight back and turn my body and get that in there like that, I'm going to get more draw length. I don't need more draw length. I could care less about more draw length. If I want more energy to the bow, I shoot a heavier bow. It's that easy. So that's no value to me. The being upright is absolutely no value to me. So for me, what I do, this is my important system that's been developed for many, many years of killing animals. So I do that. I immediately kind of hunker in, knees get bent, so I got total control on where I'm flexing and how I'm moving here. So I got total control there, and then my upper body kind of hunches in. I want it that way because I want to take the same line as what my cant is. You will see in a minute, my cant is very extreme. There is nothing like this. My cant is a very extreme cant for reasons which we will discuss. But so I hunker right in, I get set like that, and then as I draw, what happens you're going to see is as I push and pull at the same time. So I'm here, I'm already pushing the bow before I'm even drawing, okay? Notice I'm already pushing the bow right off the bat. So I start here, I'm pushing and pulling at the same time, and I come in, and that is what it looks like for me. That is my angle of cant. I'll do it again. That is how my angle is canted right there. That is how I shoot. And I shoot that way all the time for a lot of reasons. First one being, I am a hunter. I do not target practice at all. Okay, 3D, I haven't been to a 3D range in about 4 years, and that was because I took my kids to one. Other than that, I don't think I've been to one in 15 years. Where I live at, there's none around here. I mean, 3D is great, but I'm not a competitive shooter. Not by any means. All I care about is hunting animals. I hunt animals on the ground, and I hunt animals in a tree stand. Those are the two things that matter the most to me. Now, even in a sitting position, okay, if I'm sitting down on the ground and I'm sitting on my butt on the ground with my legs out in front of me, I can still shoot this bow. If you look at my line right here where my legs are, because I'm not reframing the camera and I'm not sitting on the ground and showing you this stuff, just trust me. But if you look at the angle of where my legs are right here, if I wanted to, if I was sitting flat on the ground with my butt with my legs out in front of me like this, if I wanted to, we'll do it with this one here. So if I'm sitting on the ground like this and I wanted to shoot that, I can still shoot that bow from the ground right here all day long. So shooting with a cant is important to me on the ground as well. If I'm on my knees, I can definitely do that. Where if I'm on my knees, and if I'm down on my knees, I'm not putting my knees on that grate and fighting with it, but you can get the point. If I am on the ground hunting, on my knees, on my butt, on a low stool, shooting vertically is not an option. Okay, that bow in my height will not let me shoot straight out at me at an animal with being on the ground with a vertical bow. It's not an option. That bow has to be canted to clear my lower limb. Having the ability to cant it here or cant it here, whatever I want to do, I practice both very regularly. Okay, so I am controlled for that. Once I started hunting pigs down in Georgia, till then I didn't hunt very much on the ground. I always did it a little bit, but once I started hunting pigs down there, I practiced that religiously. That pig that I killed down there in Georgia, I was down on one knee with my bow at about this angle right here. So I was basically hunkered down just like this right here, ground level where my feet are, and I shot that pig just like this right there with about that much cant on my bow. Okay, perfect clearance, nothing to the ground, everything worked like a champ. So for me, this is way more important to me than this is. This doesn't mean anything to me. Now, if you shoot that way, more power to you. There is nothing wrong with that, okay? But again, for me, and as a short guy, that stuff doesn't work. Especially, and this bow's not long. It's only 64 inches. It's not long at all. But for me, that doesn't work. So I can't my bow that way. Now, in a tree stand especially, this is vitally important, okay? I never really shoot sitting down. I don't do this very often. I'm always stand. When I see the animals coming, I stand up. I want to be standing. But if I wanted to even be sitting down, trying to make a shot, remember when you're in a tree stand, the animals are not straight out in front of me. Okay, we're traditional bow hunters shooting inside at 20 yards. With that happening, the shots are here. Okay, they're there, not there. So for me to take a shot from a sitting down position here, even with my bow straight, how am I going to do this? Okay, look at where that bow limb is. It's in my cables, okay? How am I going to make a shot at an animal here? I can't, even if I hook my leg, I can't lean out. I mean, I'm going to hit my platform or hit that cable, which you're seeing going on right inside of here. It's not going to work for me, okay? If an animal comes in this way and he's in front of me, how am I going to, I'm going to do it like this? I can't shoot this way. Now you could, and you can get clearance there, you could make that happen, but I'm going to pull that string right into my crotch. It's not going to be good. I mean, this here, I mean, I don't understand the concept of it, but for me it doesn't work. Over here, how would I do this? I can't, there's no way to do that. That's just from sitting down. Now with my setup in a seated position, I can shoot here all day long. It's just natural because it matches this, which I shoot all the time. This is my position of get ready and shoot. That's how I do it. So this matches that perfectly. I'm right here. I watch a deer. They walk by. Here they come. There they go. Right there. Draw back. Boom. Done. Problem solved. They're right here in front. There they are. Draw back. Done. Problem solved. Over here, I can twist my body. Draw back. Shoot. Nothing to it. So it gives me the options. Again, I don't shoot sitting down very often. Same applies though when I'm standing up. So if I'm standing here like this and I got deer that are coming in, when those deer start to move to me, well, it looks like I had a tree fall down over there, I see it. As the deer are coming to me, I am now in this position, okay? I do not stay in this position and wait for deer. Because if I'm in this position, I have to go like this. Okay, see all that movement? Look at what's happening there for me to do that. So if I'm here and I'm expecting them to come by, when they come by, I have to do this to get ready to shoot. So I'm not in that position. So I see deer, they come by, they get set. As I see them coming, I am here in this position like this already. So now, regardless of where they go, it's very pivotal on my movements here, but if they're coming in, I can watch them come by, watch them come by, watch them, lean in, and there it is, and then there's my shot right there. It's simple. So for me, that canting the bow lets me shoot here. It lets me shoot here. It lets me shoot every place I want with zero interference of any of that tree stand. There is nothing getting in the way of that stand with me shooting in that canted position that you see right there. So that's the reason I cant my bow for everything. I do not want that straight up and down. Even shooting behind me. People say, well, then the tree is going to get in the way for you. And then actually with my harness system I'm using now, I can actually shoot towards this tree because I can lean out and use this like a saddle, like this, and I can make that shot here and here with my bow canted like this here, or with my bow canted like that there. So you can see my hand would be there and my shot is there. So it's a very simple process for me to be able to do that, which would look something like this. So if I'm on that platform and I have that saddle connection right here, and I have to shoot them on that side. My stand is here. Can you still see me? Yes. Okay. So I can simply do this right here, just like that, in my harness setup. If I got to go to this side, that harness is pulling from here. I can still, right here, shoot that like that all day long and have the clearance I need. So for me, and the way it's always been, canting a bow gives me way more options than a vertical bow. Canting a bow is more important, especially from a tree stand where we're shooting down and making shots like that happen. Now I'll actually, since I am down already, I'm going to twist this camera down a little bit and I'll show you what I'm talking about on the ground. Let me see here so we can just flip you. So that'll probably, I'm guessing that's going to be about good angle. We will see. But so if I take that there, where are you? Right there. So if I'm down here and I'm kneeling down like this and I'm hunkered in, you can see, I'm going to come back a little more so you can see my feet. So if I'm down here like this and I'm in palmettos and I got pigs that are filtering through and I'm hunkered in just like this waiting for those pigs to walk by. They come in and they come through, I watch them. There's the one I want to shoot. Look at my movements and my motion, okay, and my limb clearance. Okay, so here it is. There's one, little one, here comes the big one. Thunk, done. That's it. There's all there is to it. If you're a vertical bow shooter, you cannot make this shot. A vertical bow shooter, I have to come up like this, and I actually have to go inside like this, and I got couple inches to the ground. But I mean, look at how much it takes to pull that off, to do that, versus already being hunkered in, low, tight, right here. There he is. I'm already starting my draw. Thunk, done. Right there. That fast and easy. So that is a big one. On the ground, on your butt, if I'm sitting down like this, leaning against a tree and hunkered in, and that animal comes by and I watch them, they come through. Riley, you can't be that animal. You got to go over there, sweetie. Come over here. Come on. Over here. Come here. Come on, I know, but you got to go over here. I'm trying to do a video. Okay, keep moving. Keep going. There you go. Watch yourself. Riley, move. There you go. So if I'm right here, down here like this, a vertical shot could never be made. For me, it's the same thing. I'm hunkered in. Animals are filtering through. I watch them. Here they come. Here they come. They can't see me. Last one comes by. It's quartering away. Thunk, done. Dead. It's that easy. So canting a bow for me, shooting with a more open to the camera stance, on a 45 like that, that is very important to me. So I'm going to set this back down, reframe that camera real quick, bring you back up here to real world. About like so, I'm guessing. And that basically is my shooting style. That is why I do what I do. That is how I cant the bow. That is why it is set up that way. That is what's natural for me. Now, if you do it the other way, if you are shooting vertical all the time, nothing wrong with that. If you are using full back tension on every shot, nothing wrong with that. If you are doing whatever you're doing, there is nothing wrong with that. Me, as a bow hunter before everything else, that kills more or cares more about killing these animals with a perfect shot every time, the rest of that stuff to me doesn't matter. I'm not worried about 10 rings and 12 rings on targets and impressing my friends and being able to shoot accurate out to 40 yards. None of that matters. I need 20 yards and in, and I need to put that shot through both lungs. That's what I need. Whatever method gives me that, that's the method that's most important. So my style, which many people seem to think today is unorthodox and a little different, is actually much more hunting conductive to how I hunt. Again, which is for every time I shoot, it's the same thing. I walk up to the line, first thing you're going to notice, knees bend, crotch down, like hunker down. I mean, it's natural. Here it is, right here. That's it, right there. Pushing and pulling, coming in, locked in. That's it. Every single time. It is without fail. Right there is how I shoot every single time. And it's worked for me for a lot of years. I have changed anchor locations. I have changed grip styles. I have changed from recurves to longbows to R&D bows to hill style bows to different arrows. I have changed from a high grip, loose grip like this to a full grip to a heel grip to this. I have changed every single thing about my shooting except my form. That form has never changed in all these years. Dropping down a little bit, hunkered in, start my draw from down here, and again, because I'm tree stand hunting, I'm not coming all the way up here, okay? And when I'm still hunting on the ground, I'm not taking a shot standing very often. It's a pretty rare day that I'm going to be stalking through the woods like this and then see something and just stand here like this and wait. 99% of us that spend any time hunting and walk hunting and still hunting, when you see something your first reaction is to get down. You want to get down and take advantage of the cover that you have. So naturally, shooting like this, again, is not going to work for me. But being able to shoot down in this position and be hunkered in and have that bow ready. You see, I'm already ready to shoot versus this position. So for me, my style, that cant is perfect. Okay, I know a lot of you guys, well, you cant it way too much. You're causing too many issues. You're not getting full back tension. I don't care. I care about killing these animals with a quick, humane shot, one shot. I keep my distances inside of 20 yards. And a couple hundred animals I can't name, maybe 2 that I shot that were beyond 20 yards. And those would have been like 22, 23 yards. Okay, so understand, this is what I am and how I work. But that is the reason that many of you think my shooting style is old school or unorthodox. Well, it is old school. Because back then, that's what we cared about. We're killing animals. Now you got internet, you got all these different things that teach you and want to analyze it so much. And there's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with analyzing your shooting, your form, getting that perfect draw, getting that perfect back tension where you're pinching, getting your perfect release, keeping this there, the elbow in line. All of that is a fantastic thing. Look at like the Push, go to push.com. They have their shooting clinics with Joel Turner and their video series and the things that you can buy in their memberships. They will teach you more about shooting a bow than you could ever imagine. They're all very much worth it, okay, from what I hear. I've never taken them, but I know the people that do, and I know a lot of people that have. And that's amazing stuff. But for me, my style, it works for what I do in the close ranges I shoot. Again, I don't care about punching 10 rings out there at great distances. I want everything in close, and I want to be able to not have that animal bust me. I want as little movement as possible, and I want the most control and flexibility of any shot situation that presents itself to me. For me personally, in the way I shoot, that cant, that style right there gives me that, okay? If I'm here, I have nothing. Plus this riser is in my way. I don't even like that. It just makes me want to shoot that way automatically just to get away from the bow because I want to peek. That opens everything up. Look at the difference here. When I point that straight at you, then I look right down that arrow at you just like that. Look at all the crap you got to see me for my left eye right here. Okay, it's all that crap is in the way. Now when I turn that, you open up and now I have everything right there that I can see. I much prefer that bow canted. I like it better. So that kind of explains why for you. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you also check out down in the video description below. I have my bow hunting whitetails course. I have the Save Thousands course, and I got the Monetize Your Hobbies and Passions course. All of them are there. They are all very affordable and they will change your life in one way or the other. Don't forget to check them out and hit the subscribe button below too. Thanks. Talk to you later. Bye.